You're listening to the Fearing Southwest podcast. I'm Drew.
And I'm Stephanie.
Welcome to Season 3, bonus episode number 11.
Yeah, we have a bonus one this week, you guys.
It's going to be a creepy one.
Oh, yeah. So,
Tune in.
see,
Apparently my slider does not dampen. It goes nothing.
technical difficulties.
So, sorry, that fade out was...
But, you know, a lot of this week's been kind of, if you know what I mean. It's been kind of interesting. You know, we had all intentions to end, season 3 last week. That way we can reboot, get rejuvenated, rest, enjoy the holidays, and, start fresh for January season 4.
A lot of big changes for season 4.
Yes,
so.
But unfortunately, fortunately, I should say, we had some interesting stuff happen that we couldn't wait to share.
We decided we're going to throw in a bonus episode.
Yeah.
We're recording this, it's Friday, December 11th.
Yes, it's Friday, December 11th.
We have had some long nights this week.
This week.
It's made this week feel like twice as long than it should be.
It has been. It's been a drag at work, I don't know. It's been a little of everything.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a lot of creepy stuff.
Yes, lots of creepy stuff.
All right, so let's get into it, guys. Let's start with just Tuesday in general. It's my Monday at work. Woke up feeling just like off, drained. Mm-hmm. Already drained. We woke up instantly drained.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. You guys partied too much on Monday night. No, we didn't do shit Monday night. Yeah, we didn't do nothing like that.
I don't even remember Monday night.
Yeah. No, we weren't drunk.
Yeah, no. We worked very hard. Okay.
So we woke up already feeling drained. I'm not sure what moon was out, but not that that really matters. I come home and God, I wasn't even home, 10 minutes? I get home probably like 6:45, 6:30. Whatever, evening. Mm-hmm. It's already dark out. It's like technically winter, but Arizona is off for medication, and it's not really winter.
It depends. It depends on the day. She has mood swings. Winter in the morning, spring in the afternoon, summer, then back to fall by nighttime.
Winter by 1 a.m. Anyways, before we go on a weather tangent, why don't you describe kind of how the evening started? Okay, so you know what? I remember the first thing we just ate dinner. We got done eating dinner, and we're sitting on the couch, and we hear, mind you, we live in a older house, creaky cabinets. Okay, so you hear them when they open. Yeah,
this house was built in 1947. Yeah, and when I bought it, it just, it had lace curtains, very, old-fashioned vintage furniture still left behind. I bought it from the owners directly, so it still has a lot of charm to it, old-timey charm. This is a project house. There's some stuff that needs to be done to it. But just walking in, you get that vibe like, oh, this is an old, creepy house.
It's an old, creepy house, but that's perfect for us.
Yeah.
But the night started with the creak. We'll call it the creak because we don't think we ever determined what cabinet it was.
No, I don't think we did either.
But it was like, we're like, and of course, both of us go, Yoshi.
Yoshi's our cat, by the way.
Yoshi's the cat, and he's usually the mischievous ones opening doors, and he's like chilling, like, what? I didn't do shit. Stop looking at me like that. I didn't do it. What? Okay, well, it wasn't Yoshi. So we just let it, whatever. Maybe when the cabinet just popped open or moved a little bit. We just let that.
Yeah, because it's totally normal for cabinets to just pop open, They never pop open, and then that night it just wanted to pop,
Something, fell over, bumped the cabinet, didn't close it all the way. I don't know. We kind of just, shrugged that one off.
Yeah.
Because we're used to little creaky noises. She has a armoire in her living room.
Yeah, it was built, oh my gosh, in the 1920s, and it was actually my grandfather's. It was his mother's cabinet, and she had all these figurines in it. And then it was my grandma and grandpa's, and they had like dishes that we never used stored in it. And then they decided to get rid of it, and so I took it on. But every once in a while, especially because I'm working from home sometimes, I'll just be sitting there and then boom, it just like pops. It makes like this banging. It sounds like someone has ran into it. And the reason I know this is because my dog one time, her tail hit it and it made that exact noise. And it'll pop and make these noises at the most random times. Sometimes it's really early in the morning. Sometimes it's, in the afternoon when I'm just watching TV, or even at night, sometimes can't sleep. Well, I'm going to go and read something in the living room, and then all of a sudden, boom, it pops, and I'm like, bedtime, It's like a weird cabinet.
Bedtime. We call that the bedtime bang.
Yeah.
That sounded terrible.
That sounded awful.
I'll take that back.
Yeah.
I rephrase that.
All right, so back to the story.
We call that the noise that makes you want to go to bed.
Yeah, or sometimes I would just sit there in silence because I was so scared to move.
You're just sitting there. You are more. You are more.
It's the lights on for the rest of the night.
Stare down. Then you got the dogs.
Yeah.
What are you staring at, Mom? Anyways, moving on from the cabinet, just so you guys can pick that picture that we are already used to weird noises.
Yeah.
That sounded like glass in there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that. Keep going.
So we hear the creepy cabinet, okay, and then what was next? What in the series of events? Oh, I went and recorded my guitar video.
Yes.
And I've been posting like little guitar videos on my Facebook, and I'm recorded Joy Division's Disorder, which was covered by Third Eye Blind. So I'm really covering a cover, which is kind of hilarious. It's a tongue twister now. Covering Third Eye Blind's cover of Joy Division's Disorder. Jeez, that's a tongue twister. Anyways, I now call the song that summons spirits.
And this is probably the first time you've recorded anything in this house. And, you had asked me, could you record me? And I said, sure, I was like, sure, I'll do that. And so you set up and got ready, and I sat in a chair and I was getting ready to hit the record button, and Drew starts playing. And within seconds of him playing, there's this orb thing that pops on my screen and just kind of floats around there. And I'm like looking to see like, oh my gosh, is my house this dusty? Like I just sat in a chair and like all these little orbs started appearing everywhere while he was playing.
And I didn't see nothing while playing, but then again I was like,
yeah, you were getting really into it.
focusing on the guitar. But I'm not gonna lie, when I was playing I kind of like already felt like a vibe, like, okay, I don't think we're the only ones in this room. But, like, it didn't scare me. Like, I just kept playing. And then I saw she hands me the phone. She recorded on my phone. She's like, here, make sure I recorded okay. Within, like, 3 seconds, we had visitors.
Yeah. And when we played the recording back, some of the little flurries, because that's what I describe them as, they were like little flurries. They were more orb-shaped. They had some variations to it. There's not a lot of lighting in this room to really mess with that.
Yeah, no, there's literally one like 60-watt bulb lighting up this whole room.
And it's one of those vintage light fixtures, like something you'd see on the Titanic, probably.
Very heavily frosted.
Yeah, it's a frosted glass.
Speaking of it, we are actually sitting in the room.
Yeah, we are. We decided to do that here.
Is your hair standing up, or is it just mine?
It's just yours, and I can see it from here. I think you're just recounting everything. But, it was kind of interesting. It was really interesting, just to see those things flying by. There was some of them had like they were zooming by. It had like direction with it.
Yeah, like one. I remember the first one I really saw. We saw like the little flash of light by my legs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the one that creeped us out, because not only did we have this little flurry kind of just floating around, your legs at the bottom had like a flash to it, but there was nothing in here that would have flashed.
Yeah, and it like we're watching its direction. Like I slowed it down and was playing it in slow mo, because in the video it's like it flies by the screen, but it's very obvious. And it shot up like from my feet up to my head, like gone, and then next one is like goes sideways. Now and then I paused it and I took a picture, and maybe
That was me.
Maybe we can post a picture that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll post a picture, and that way you guys can kind of look at it, scope it out. Usually when you have orbs in a picture, there's numbers of things it can be. If it's outdoors, it can be anything from insects, kicked up dust, fractions of light. Indoors, it's usually dust particle, light. This had direction. Usually when you see dust orbs or insect orbs, they kind of have a distinct pattern. Dust usually kind of just floats by, but this was actually like, it had a movement to like it had like a purposeful movement.
And then what's interesting, if you also notice like dust flurries, like it all kind of travels in the same direction. This thing was shooting from the ground up and then left.
Yeah,
and right.
It had actual direction. And
at one point it like shot like to my guitar with my hand and to my head.
And the funny thing is about this, there was no fan on. The heater wasn't on. There was no anything. But like I said, the moment I started recording, this one just popped through and I was like, oh no, I can see that. You know, I was like, man, I need to vacuum the curtains or something. But,
dang it, Drew, why do you have to record the video right now?
And you know what's funny? We didn't even look at the video that in depth right after we recorded it. He kind of looked at it. He noticed the orbs in the video, and we kind of left it at that. And we went on through our night and everything, and I think we were laying down. Yeah, we were laying down. We were getting ready for bed. And I heard this loud slap. It actually sounded like someone came up to the wall and slapped it with their hand. It was like he's going to mimic it. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Yeah. It was a very loud slap. And this is an adobe house. And so it's not something you want to slap around. It's very hard.
Yeah, my hand filled that one.
And, it sounded like a slap. And and it was dark. I have this little night light on because I trip over things and go to the bathroom a million times a night. I'm just kidding. Sometimes. But, the dogs were in bed. The cat was also in bed. And there was no other explanation for this sound. There just wasn't.
No, there was not. We were just like, what was that?
It was like someone went to the wall and slapped. And the craziest thing, and I don't think I told you this, but when I first moved into this house, this room that we're in is the first room I slept in. And I heard weird noises all night. I even called my dad because he lives the closest, like, hey, I think there's someone trying to break in. And when I was moving furniture in, there was handprints all the way up the wall, almost to the ceiling, like dirty handprints. But I just thought, oh, maybe someone in here dusted and then put their hands here. But there's like a few handprints. But now thinking about that slap, all I can think of are those handprints I saw on the wall when I first moved in here.
That's creepy.
It was creepy.
That makes that even more creepier.
Yeah.
She just told me this right now, and I'm all like, ooh.
Yeah, and they were like man-sized hands because I put my hand just to compare it. But they were pretty, and I'm a short person. I'm only 5'2", and these were pretty high up going towards the ceiling. And so it actually sounded like someone just went and slapped the wall. Just a nice slap.
Yeah. What are you going to do when you have wall slapping ghosts? You listen.
But it doesn't end there.
Oh gosh, no, it does not, does it? Mm-mm. So wall slap happens, and we're like, okay, well, I get up, I'm looking around, I'm like, well, what was that? I don't know. And I'm also a guy, so I'm oblivious to stupid things like something falling on the floor, but I didn't see anything on the floor at that time, so I was like, that was weird. Went back to bed. And then what?
Okay, this sounds really terrible. I'm trying to figure out when this happened. I think at one point, I was at one point in the bedroom. Everyone was in the bed. The cat, the dogs, us, falling asleep. And the bedroom has hardwood flooring. And all of a sudden, it sounded like this box dragged across the floor. Like you heard like a dragging, like a... I don't know if you guys can hear that.
That's right.
But it was like a dragging sound out of the closet. And the first thing I thought was Yoshi, because Yoshi likes to sleep in the closet. And so I was getting up to, snap my fingers for him to stop moving. And then I see that he's right there.
He's between us.
Both the dogs right there.
We're both like, well, the animals are in bed with us. Who's in the closet?
And the funny thing about that night, my oldest dog, her name's Loki. I've had her for about 8 years now. She was just so restless. She was so restless that night. She was flopping on me. She's not very an affectionate dog, and she was like wanting to be with me that whole night. And this is the funny part. At one point after that, we fell asleep. We fell asleep.
We actually pulled off falling asleep after hearing somebody in the closet or something in the closet, because we both heard that. We're all like, all the animals were with us, and we're just like, I'm like, Yoshi's Yoshi's in bed with us.
And I think at this point we'd maybe slept half an hour. Maybe half an hour if we were lucky. And this sounds weird, but I woke up to this smell that was so bad that I swore I was smelling rotten eggs and like sewer. I don't know. I just smelled something really strong where I was like, oh my God, someone in here farted and I'm dying. So I wake up Drew like, somebody farted, and try to move him over.
Of course, I'm like, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I'm fine.
And the smell just got really strong.
It was bad, but I didn't smell it as bad in the bedroom. So we got up, right?
Yeah, we got up for some reason.
I let the kids out.
Yeah. Oh, because the dogs are the type that if we get up or move, they think it's time to go to the bathroom or something.
Or food or outside.
And that's when you went out and we realized my purse, which had been in this spot all day. I usually put my purse in this certain area all the time. It always stays there. We found it on the floor.
Now, this goes back to I'm oblivious and didn't see anything on the floor. So I don't know if that noise we heard, the wall slapping, was your purse hitting the floor.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or that happened afterwards while we were sleeping.
I don't know. But the purse was on the floor. Some of the chain, stuff fell out of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, the purse is on the floor. It's been here all day. Like, I don't understand why it just fell. So I put it back where it belongs. And at this point, Drew's like, ooh, this living room really smells.
I walked into the living room. Now, mind you, none of us have been in the living room for the last at least 30 minutes. If probably more than that, because we lay in bed for a while anyways. So we can estimate probably 45 minutes to an hour before anyone was actually using that in that living room. I walk into the living room space. She's standing in the kitchen. She's looking at me. She's looking around the kitchen. I walk into the living room, which is basically just, right by the dining room. And all of a sudden, I'm like, babe, it smells like rotten eggs, like sulfur in here. Like in the living room. Mm-hmm. And then I think we both kind of had like this
aha moment.
Like, oh.
Rotten egg smell, strong odors.
We're not going to say the D word in here because we are actually in the room and we don't want to
upset anything.
Anything, or whatever that was.
But it was just really creepy. I think it settled in. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think that sound, that sliding sound, like the box moving or something, that happened after I woke up to that stench, because that's what got us up to look around.
Oh, that's right.
Because I was like, oh, I smell it. I smell something weird. And
all of a sudden it was like,
yeah, that's what got us to get up. Now that I think about it.
I wonder if that was a purse scooting on the floor.
Why would it scoot? Wouldn't it have just fallen?
I don't know, but it was in a really weird spot.
I guess.
Don't know. That one on the tile floor, I don't think it's had the same noise. But regardless, it was creepy.
It was a creepy night.
But where's more?
So then, I'm a big believer in, saging the home and, cleansing. And so I'm like, you know what? We've had weird things happening all night. We're not going to get any sleep. Something is disrupting our sleep. We need to cleanse the house. So I open the front door, I open the back door, and I start saging the house. And usually I have to relight my sage to do the entire house, to do a couple rooms. This sage blew on like fire. Like it almost burned me. That's how crazy it went. And then it just started to disintegrate, fall apart.
I've never seen your sage. And we've been using the sage for a little bit. And it's been in basically the same climate. Like, I wouldn't say much has changed. And this thing was burning. Like, I've never seen it.
It was such smoky. A heavy smell. The smoke alarms were going off. Usually when I smudge the house, if I get near the smoke alarm, because I get the corners of every room, sometimes it beeps a little, but this was going off. The shell itself that we keep the sage in was so hot.
Yeah, I know I took over for a little bit and
burning
my
the hand. Yeah. I had to, wet the sink and put it in the sink to let it try to sizzle. Usually when sage burns, it runs its course. It ends eventually. This was just there's no more sage. Let's just say that. There's no more sage to this bundle that was left.
It's gone. It burned out, which is unusual. I mean, so whatever was here was really a lot of strong energy. And the sage was reflecting that. And it was burning. I mean, the
whole house smelled for a while of heavily of sage.
I still smell the sage.
I know. I was worried about my work jacket. I was like, they're gonna think I was smoking some ganja or something.
What were you smoking?
I work as a teacher, so I can't smell like that ever.
Yeah, we were blown away by all the smoke in here. Like, it was crazy. I've never seen your sage do that ever.
Yeah.
And we use it frequently, and it was like, it just, for some reason, then I just went ballistic.
It did.
It was like somebody added fuel for the fire or something to it. Like, it just was like,
yeah,
it
was
what the
insane. And whether you use sage or you do like candles, you're doing like a candle for money, candle for health. You want to look at how the flame is. You also want to look at the smoke. And this was a very dark gray, heavy smoke. Usually when you sage, it's usually a white smoke. And like I said, it goes out at some point where you have to relight it to do the next room or something. Yeah, this just was continuous. And we left it in the sink. We didn't put water or anything in it. We just left the shell in the sink, and it was all good. There's no sage left.
It burned out. And it lasted a long time for what we had left of that bundle and how fast it was burning. Yeah. It actually held. I think I did a whole nother lap through the whole house.
Yeah, because we went through the whole house, and before you know it, it's 2-something in the morning, and we're just kind of laying there don't fall asleep. Kind of that type of...
I failed.
He fell asleep first.
Of course I did.
And at this time, I put a different nightlight on. It actually is a little fragrance.
Scentsy.
It's a Scentsy.
You could say it. It's a Scentsy. It's a Scentsy warmer.
It's a Jack Skellington
pretty
Scentsy.
badass.
And it's really awesome because when it's lit up, the back will show Zero, his dog, on the wall. It shows a silhouette. And, Drew falls asleep first. The animals are all in bed. And I just got this. I think I got it in October. And it's fairly new. I use it pretty often, but I'm really good about turning it off, knowing how long to keep it on. And all of a sudden, it starts flickering. And it's flickering so much that silhouette of Zero is flashing on the wall. And I'm just, the hairs on my,
that's
my arms are standing up. But, I just stayed still. The dogs didn't move. Drew didn't move.
I was asleep. Of course I didn't move.
And I waited for it to stop. And then I literally felt like the energy that was there left. Whatever was heavy left, because the moment I got up and shut it off and went back to sleep or went back to bed, I was able to fall asleep.
That was like its final.
Yeah. And by this time, I might have dozed off a couple times. You know how that goes when you get scared, something scares you, watch a scary movie, you fall asleep, but then you wake yourself up because you think of that, or you think of that whatever's scaring you. I think this was around 3-something in the morning when that finally happened.
That's usually when things get really active.
Yeah, the witching hour.
We've had a few, while we're on the subject of the house and the creepy things. I mean, that was probably one of the creepiest nights here. But, we've had a few incidents where I'll be in the bathroom and I feel like someone opened the door or
someone's in the shower with you.
Yeah.
I have had that feeling. Even when I lived alone, I would be in the shower and I could swear someone was in the room.
Yeah.
So that energy you feel when the TV's on and you walk to another room and you can feel that the TV's on.
The static.
Yeah, you can feel that static. I remember feeling that in the shower a couple times where it's like someone was in there, the TV wasn't on, and it would happen at random times. It didn't matter if I took a nighttime shower or a morning shower, and it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens frequently enough that I'm like, we sage the bathroom too,
We sage everything.
Yeah.
So, I've only been living here a month and a half, 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first moved in, this room we're in.
Oh, that's right.
We set up a corner of stuff because I had brought my guitar stuff, my equipment, and kind of set up a little corner for my for my music setup. I stacked up some boxes in a corner, which I don't recall that setup being super wobbly or anything. It seemed really stable.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like. I would have been comfortable with Yoshi jumping on it. I'll put it that way. If the cat got on there, it wouldn't have just been it's 2 in the freaking morning. Okay, I remember this. It was 2 in the morning. We're dead asleep. It's like all the animals know. When the shit's going on, they're all hiding out in the room. Because I remember Loki was very high alert.
Yes, she's very sensitive dog. Her hairs will stand up. Mm-hmm. There's been times I've woken up and she's just staring at something and I'm like, oh my God, what's there?
I've seen Thor do it too.
Yeah.
And when the Sensi, back to your story, I guess Thor was sleeping under the bed, you said.
Yeah, that's right. He went and slept underneath the bed because the bed's kind of high. But Thor is one of those, he's a very people person. People come in, he wants to be next to you. Yeah. He wants to be by your side. And he was under the bed.
He's normally on my legs.
Yeah.
Or between us, squeezed. There's a space big enough maybe for a cat, but he's it fits.
He finds a way to fit.
I'm going to jello myself in here because I want to be next to them. So he was under the bed. So yeah, the fur babies are very, very sensitive. I think all of them are. I think Yoshi, is the best. I just kind of whatever. I know it's there, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Loki being the alert watchdog, she's ears up, eyes out, and she's staring at something.
Sometimes though, I catch Yoshi playing. It's like he's chasing. He gets really stimulated. Cats, can be alone. They don't always need another cat or a companion to entertain themselves. But sometimes the way he's playing, I'm like, cat behavior. He's playing with a mystery cat, which reminds me, when I first moved here, I left the animals at my dad's house because I didn't want them to accidentally escape while we're moving furniture and stuff. And while I was moving a box, I saw a cat and I jumped over it thinking, oh my God, Yoshi. And turns out I remembered Yoshi's not here.
You're like,
It was like Phantom Cat.
Phantom cat, which I believe in. I've seen that. I mean, we've seen that at my parents' house. You know, a cat that we've lost. Like Mario just ran across the porch, but wait, Mario's dead.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, the fur babies are very sensitive and in tune, and like a lot of times when shit's happening around the house, they are all in the bedroom with us. And sometimes how cats and dogs don't always like to be in the same bed at the same time, but most of the cases, when nights like this, all the fur babies are in bed with us. It's 2 a.m, okay? And for some freaking reason, we both wake up at the same time, which this seems to be a common theme for the stuff I've experienced. Is like, for some darn reason, we're like awake. 10 seconds to being awake, if that. We hear this loud like,
crashing sound.
What the? And like, I think we're like, what the
Like
hell is that?
glass breaking, crashing.
It was bad. Okay. I mean, it was loud. It made us jump.
Yeah.
It made all the animals like, what the, and we're like, Yoshi?
Yeah.
Poor
And
Yoshi's like the scapegoat for everything. We're like, Yoshi, darn it.
he's the most agile one, but
And he's like laying in bed. Once again, he's like, what? I didn't do it.
so that's what creeped us out. What is that noise?
So we start, first thing we always start, for some reason, we always go to the kitchen.
Yeah, because, that's where we keep dishes. That's where we keep glasses. And the way it sounded like glass. It sounded like a
Bunch of glass hitting the floor.
shelf, like just
Collapse.
collapsed of glasses or something.
So I go in the kitchen. I'm like, nothing happened here. I go in the laundry room. Nothing there. Go in the living room. Check the cabinets. Your stud cabinet. See if shit fell out of that for some reason. Nothing. And then I'm like, uh-oh. I start putting the puzzle together. I'm like, was that what I think it was? Open this bedroom door, and I see like that stack I had, which was not very high. I mean, I'm still taller than that stack was. Or maybe it was just taller than me.
Everything on the ground.
Knocked over everything, broke a bunch of porcelain, glass.
And it's a decent sized room, but it covered a good half of the room of how much stuff had just...
I think we both we walked on the door, we both were like, we didn't know what to say at first, and then, oh shit.
Yeah. But everything had like a sturdy surface. Nothing was like on top of a cardboard weak box. Everything was stacked very according. Like it was
You wouldn't
just
expect
weird.
it to fall. And all of a sudden we come in here and like the whole stack of, except for like one box or whatever, left in that spot. Matter of fact, the sewing machines are still in the exact place I put them.
Yeah, they're pretty sturdy.
And they're heavy. I'm glad those weren't on top.
I know. Oh my God. Especially this sewing machine. It's very old. I know you guys can't see, but I'm pointing at it. Like you guys can see. It's a very old sewing machine, This other one's pretty new, but still, regardless, I don't want my sewing machines because there's like a shortage in sewing machines right now.
Thank God my guitars are in a case.
I know. It was insane.
It was all over my guitars, the porcelain, the glass, all over the floor. And we were dumbfounded at first because, one, we're still shaking off the shock of just the whole, like...
waking up abruptly to chaos, that scared, that makes everyone's adrenaline go up.
You're like, well, one thought, I just saw the light. I just saw the light flash at the picture.
Oh, don't scare me. Okay.
I seriously saw it on the Frankenstein picture. I am not kidding you.
Yes, I have Frankenstein pictures in here.
I literally just saw the light right now.
Yeah.
I just saw it on the corner of the picture.
This room itself, don't know the whole history of the house. All I know is built in 1947. It has a very deserty landscape. It has a very big front yard, very big backyard. The house itself is a decent size. The people who lived here before were only here 20 years. It's just like...
I saw the light again on my poster now.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, we got quiet because now we have seemed to have stirred some interest.
Well, we did this on purpose. We did this on purpose in here to see if...
we would stir up activity again.
Yeah.
Talking about them. Yeah, that's right. We're talking about you. Now I'm seeing because you were seeing remember you were saying when I was doing the guitar, you saw the light.
Oh, that's right. That's another thing that happened. Yeah.
I just saw that on the pictures.
There was a flash. Yeah, that's right.
That's how it really began. So I'm
This
like, here we
room
go.
itself has always had an energy. Even when I lived by myself, this room was like kind of the spare room, kind of like an office / excess books, different things in here. I have a futon in case anyone ever came and spent the night. But this room itself
Welcome to the creepy room.
has always had an eerie feeling. Like it's one of these rooms that I always keep the door open when I'm in here. I don't know. It's just an interesting thing.
It's got that energy. I'm not
But
gonna lie.
as the audience, do any of you guys have a room or a certain area of your house that you don't really like to be in when you're alone, or maybe you keep that door open?
And we're not necessarily the attic, but we'll count that too.
Oh yeah, I have an attic too.
Or basement for some people, but this is Arizona. I don't know how many basements are really here, but yeah, no. Is there a room that you guys just get like the heebie-jeebies from, or if you're alone, or if you just feel something like right now? I have the goosebumps in my arm just seeing the light flashing.
And then what about you guys who've gone house hunting, whether it's for a house, an apartment, a rental? How many of you guys have walked into a home and right away you're like, ooh, there's something heavy here?
Did you see that?
Yeah. But how many times do you feel that like after you've already moved in? Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
I want to do a little experiment right now.
Oh my goodness.
I want to do an experiment. I'm prompt too.
Okay.
But being as things are a little active right now, I don't know how accurate this app is, but I like playing with it every once in a while just to see what it does.
Oh yeah. What is it called again?
Ghost Radar.
Yes. Ghost
Which
Radar.
most people are like, oh, it's fake. Yeah, I get why you guys would think that's fake.
Have any of you guys used it before? Let us know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to take any credibility for, if this app works, if it doesn't, its accuracy. Do a little background on this. I've had this where it makes random words and you're like, well, that makes no fucking sense. But I've also had the counter opposite.
Oh, that's right.
Long story short, with this app, when it first came out, really, back when Apple was like, there's an app for that, we'll call it the early days. And there was this lady, I worked at an apartment complex as a maintenance guy. And this lady was just new to Apple, and she was all like gung ho, and there's an app. Like she was almost funny about it. And I had to go do electrical work in her apartment. I had to change all of her outlets. And so sarcastic, she's like, I think my apartment's haunted. I'm like, oh really? Yeah. And then I sarcastically, well, there's an app for that. I said it as a joke. She's like, oh really? I'm like, yeah. So I turn on this app, and it starts. And mind you, it isn't using the camera, it isn't using microphone. Like it doesn't have access to that. It doesn't have that permissions. And this is before even that would pick up the kind of detail this thing was. At first, mind you, let me set the scene a little bit. The breakers are turned off because I'm changing all of her outlets in her apartment. Okay, that's my project. So nothing better to do. Turn on my phone, set it in her living room, and see what this app does. It starts naming every picture in this lady's apartment.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It was like fort, and she's like, "Oh yeah, there's a picture of the fort," and then it's like cows or some like farm. And like, there's cows, and like it starts literally going around her apartment. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm intrigued. I'm like, first of all, it's not like it scanned the room. It's not like I was over here like,
yeah, having it scan everything.
I just literally set it in the middle of her living room floor and let it do its thing. So then I'm like, okay, I wonder if I can get any sort of intelligent response. So I at first I ask her some questions. I'm like, where do you see the spirit a lot? And she's like, in the kitchen. And the next thing is like sink. Yeah, right by the sink. Because I'm having this run while I'm asking her questions. And I'm like, okay, so you said it's in the kitchen. This thing's like sink. Yeah, like right by the kitchen sink. It's like filling in the sentence for her. And I'm like, well, what's your name? And the next thing is like William. I'm like, oh. At that point, when I see her on property, when I saw her on property, like, how's William doing?
That's creepy.
Now that we're having some activity, I want to throw this app on right now.
Okay.
Just to see.
And then we'll try to take a screenshot of it for you too, so you guys can see what we're talking about on our Facebook. Visit our Facebook page.
I paid for the no ads. What the heck? This is stupid.
Some of the ads have like some bizarre, morbid games, All right,
we're on.
Okay.
Anybody in here want to say something to us?
It's shy, you guys.
Come on, don't be shy. We're talking about you. Didn't you hear us talking about you? Come talk with us. Why don't you come join? It just said brother. Screenshot that.
Brother.
Brother.
Okay.
Interesting. Interesting word choice. What about brother? Are you somebody's brother or are you looking for a brother?
Oh.
Touch. It won't let me screenshot. And the dot is
Chart.
brother, touch, and chart so far. Wow, we're getting some 3 words going here. Brother, touch, chart. Brother, touch, chart. Like I said, guys, sometimes the words you're like, what?
Yeah.
All right, we got it. We got to spike. Let's see if they say something. Brother, touch, chart. Okay. I'm sorry, that doesn't really make sense. I scared it off. Oh, I got red dots. Means it's close. It walked by us.
Oh, how creepy.
Ohio.
Ohio.
Ohio? What?
That's creepy.
Ohio. Okay.
Okay, so some of you don't know this, but I have a keychain.
Favorite.
I have a keychain collection of my favorite keychains, and I was playing with the Ohio one.
Favorite. It just said favorite, as you said favorite.
I was polishing them.
Actually.
We are getting a lot of words right now.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, brother touch chart, Ohio actually. Favorite actually. Oh, is Ohio your favorite? Brother? Is that like a name? What's your name? Hello? Can we get your name? No? Okay.
All right, I think it's done. That's interesting. We're gonna have to write those words down and
I screenshot all of them as it
Okay,
popped up.
yeah, we'll send them to you. Well, actually, we'll put them on our Facebook, and that way you guys can see what the app is called. Just kind of see how it works.
Like, again, there's no real credibility of this works, this doesn't. Again, I've had experience where I was like, holy crap. And then I've had most experience. I'm like, brother, actually, Ohio? What?
No, that's actually weird because the keychains I was
Yeah, then you
messing
said
with.
favorite. And then it says favorite.
Well, maybe it just takes out some type of, maybe it works off of sound vibrations and I don't know, but we have no electronics on other than this. You know, our phones are on, but we don't have like the TV, we don't have a radio, we don't have anything else on.
I'm going to move around a little bit.
So not quite sure how it could have picked up
It
any other words.
just shows that, like,
Very interesting.
Ohio and favorite was, like, really interesting choices.
Yeah.
For
But
words.
if you guys have ever had experience with this app or an app similar to it, you know, you had a creepy experience, you know, please feel free to share that on our Facebook. Share any pictures. And we'll keep you updated on our little adventure here.
I like, how brave do we feel right now? It's a bonus episode. Give the audience something to listen to here. All right. You feeling brave?
Maybe. What?
Okay. I'm gonna reset this.
Okay.
I'm gonna close all my other apps so I got nothing interfering, intertwining with the apps, and I'm gonna turn the light off.
No.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna do full blown paranormal. I'm gonna set my mic down. My mic hitting the floor. I'm gonna take my headphones off. Grab the phone in my hand. You ready? At least we got the light of the podcast board.
True. I don't feel like I have much of a choice. Let's go. Just do it. Rip the Band-Aid off.
You don't want to?
Do it. Just
That's not too bad.
no, it's not too bad.
All right. So
That was me breathing, by the way. I breathe heavily when I'm nervous.
I'm gonna prepare myself here again because I took my headphones out and. So this is kind of a little insight of kind of the things we, try to do or explore or, we may not have the fancy hunting equipment yet, but we utilize what we can.
Yeah, we'll get there one day.
Make sure I'm using the right part of the microphone. Okay. We are currently in the dark-ish, despite the light of my podcast board and the phone. So it's not like super dark. Okay.
That was a car passing by.
Yeah, that was a car crashing by. I'm like, okay.
I know, but the way it lit up.
Okay, app's back running. We got to go through the ad again because, why pay to remove the ads and still have the ads? But whatever. They got to make the money somehow. All right. Is anyone in here with us? Fully, right as I literally. Fully. Fully what?
Flow.
Flow. Fully flow. I don't know. Fully flow what?
Noise.
Fully flow noise. Interesting. According to the radar, it's standing like right in front of me.
Halfway.
Halfway between. Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, the hair's on my arm.
And now it went red. Okay. Fully. I'm like screenshotting every time these things pop up. So I can record all the. I'm trying to not have the microphone towards me, so it's more towards my phone. Fully flow noise halfway. Are we being too loud?
North.
Nor. Hi, Nor. So now we got a name.
That means black.
Nor. I know.
I know, but I'm like,
Is that a name? Nor? Or we're not being loud or we're not being quiet? Do you prefer quiet or noise? It didn't like that question. Poof, gone.
interesting.
Oh, it's by the chair.
Oh, great. I'm sitting on the chair. Okay. Wow.
Hello? And it left. Now it's behind me. Hello? We can see on a radar. Would you like to say something? Hello? We can see on the radar. Would you like to say something? Did you hear me playing guitar the other night?
Oh, now it's red.
We're getting a lot of spikes, but not really some words. Talk to us. We could see you. We just want to hear you. Use my phone to talk into it. Give us one word to describe you.
Oh, there's two.
Hello?
Goes.
Does. What did I ask it earlier?
If we're being too loud.
Did you hear me play guitar?
Oh, yeah. Did you?
Damage.
Does damage.
Oh,
Okay, that's getting creepy. Does damage. What do you damage? Here we go back to the slapping the walls.
Let's.
It just said let's. When I said it looks like slapping the walls, and it's like let's. Wow. I don't know. It's something you can put things together, but like also
Hadn't.
hadn't. Hadn't what? You didn't slap the wall? What was it?
Remarkable.
Remarkable.
we'll make a list of all these words after we're done.
Try to put the puzzle together. Remarkable.
Arrive.
Arrive. Dang, it's like rapid firing now. Holy moly. Okay. You have arrived. I saw the red dot. You're right. You noticing that shows up when you show up? Does damage, let's, hadn't, arrive. Sounds almost Shakespearean.
Everyone.
Everyone. What? Yes, we're talking to everyone through this. You want to say something to everyone? We're right here. Just come talk to us. I'm literally holding my hand out to you. Come talk to me. You're probably old fashioned. Come shake my hand. Talk to it. Talk to the hand.
I know. Like,
The 90s called.
I know.
You're probably older than that. I'm sorry. See, we could still have fun and laugh.
Yeah.
Even though we're both like, what the fuck?
And like I said, we'll post this video because he's taking screenshots. I'm recording it right now. So we'll post the video. We'll post the screenshots. That way you can kind of see our little
Adventure.
improv session, here.
That's like a bonus episode and little ghost hunting.
I
with
know,
an app that
right?
we don't even know if works, but it's had some interesting word choices so far.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything else you want to say?
Well, looks like another interesting
Oh, we crashed.
night in our house.
We just crashed.
Oh, it crashed.
We'll reboot. It's that damn ad, I tell you. Every fucking time.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
I was like, here we go with the
Oh
ad.
my goodness. It was such a weird haunting sound.
That was an ad. Just so y'all know, it was a stupid ad. Oh, that's how we want to start an ad for a game?
Decide.
Beside. We're beside ourselves in that ad, aren't we?
Oh my goodness.
Did you crash the app? Or did you crash the party? Didn't know what to say to that one.
No,
It likes you.
thanks.
Therefore.
Therefore, wow.
Very interesting words. Yeah.
I can't wait to write these down. Like try to put out what it's really trying to say, because I don't know. Therefore what? I know you can only do one word at a time, but just try to give us a little hint to this puzzle. Therefore what? Is this your space? Our space? Whose space do you think this is? Because really, it's our space, but you didn't like that.
No.
Oh, it's red.
Oh.
Went right behind me. Again, I no way at all can say this is actually working, or if we're just playing with the game, but it's still creepy.
Yeah,
nonetheless.
it is still creepy.
Pressure.
Ooh, pressure.
Interesting.
Oh, so it pulls out Apple Pay. Okay, so remember pressure because I don't know. It's freaking my phone out.
Whoa, your phone's going crazy.
It won't unlock, and it's Siri. It's activated. Now it says Apple Music sign.
Wow.
Okay, wow. Remember pressure. That one I was not able to get a screenshot of because for some reason it just like, oh, you want Apple Pay? Rain.
It just rained here.
Pressure. Rain. Water does bring a lot of paranormal activity. It is an energy source.
You know what I just realized?
What?
We have no sage.
Great.
You know what? I do have copal. It's a resin.
We still got plenty of leftover sage in this house. I'm not super.
Palo Santo, I think.
It's Friday night. Nothing better to do. Chase.
This is our party life.
This is what we do. All right, so you gave us pressure, rain. Therefore, pressure, rain. What? I don't know. We're gonna have to look at all the words that it said.
Yeah, and like I said, we'll post the video. We'll post some screenshots, and
We got company again.
we'll post what we think it's saying.
Which probably a whole lot of nothing, but we don't know. Sometimes it happens so rapid fire you don't have time to think about it. 2 red dots and disappeared. All right, you know what? I'm gonna call. Oh, right.
Oh,
Sense.
sense. All right.
Okay.
This is totally a game I would have played with my friends at sleepovers if we had these cell phones back then.
Right.
Safe.
Safe.
Oh,
Something safe. We were talking about sage, and it might have detected.
maybe.
You're safe. Are you just keeping us company? Do you
Lion.
lion? The heck? You're a safe lion? What? This dot has stayed steady for the last 3 words.
Mm-hmm.
And now he left. And now it's red. And now it left again. The hell?
All right.
All right, we're gonna end at that.
Yeah, we'll end at
We're gonna end at that.
Safe
'cause-
lion.
Safe lion.
But yeah, thanks for checking us out, you guys. Thanks for if you're still listening, thanks for listening with us. Like I said, check out our Facebook. We're going to post all these online. If you have any experience with these apps or any other apps that have to do with supernatural, let us know what your experience was.
For sure. Definitely check us out on Facebook. We'll post the pictures. You know,
Yeah,
technically last episode was our finale, but
I guess this is it.
this is a new finale, I guess.
But also, you guys, next season, we'll hopefully be able to take some calls. Write to us, let us know your stories, messenger, let us know anything, and you might just be featured on our show.
That's one of our biggest goals for season 4 is
Yes.
audience participation.
For sure.
That's gonna be a great one. Alrighty, guys, you all stay creepy
Happy holidays.
and happy holidays. This is Fear in the Southwest podcast, concluding bonus episode number 11 for season 3.